Good, buddy. This is going to be the continued reading of the Canestraro document CS4. CS4. I'll make myself disappear so you guys can read what's up top. During September of 2016, I interviewed a former FBI special agent whose identity is known to me. Special agent is herein referred to as CS4. CS4 told me that he or she was assigned as the FBI representative to the Osama bin Laden station, codename Malik Station, by the way, in the spring of 2002. CS4 noted that during his or her time at UBL station, he or she supervised two other FBI agents. I'm not too sure who CS4 is, so I'm not sure. CS4 stated that sometime in the spring of 2002, CS3 approached him or her and said, "Boss, something is bothering me big time." CS3 further explained to CS4 that we, meaning the United States government, could have prevented the 9/11 attacks. CS4 recalled that CS3 then outlined to him the existence of intelligence from the CIA that showed that Nawaf al-Hadmi and Khalid al-Mihdhar had met with other members of al-Qaeda in Malaysia. CS3 further explained to CS4 that the CIA knew in January of 2001 that both hijackers had multiple entry visas to the United States and their travel plans possibly included a visit to the United States. Now, just to add as well, this is not new to you guys who've been following my channel for as long as you have. We know that the CIA intentionally withheld information from the FBI regarding al-Mihdhar and al-Hazmi and knew that they had a connection to the mastermind, the alleged mastermind of the Cole bombing, which was Abid al-Rashim al-Nashiri. Now, if that's the case, that means the FBI, which has jurisdiction legally, could connect al-Mihdhar and al-Hadmi to a criminal investigation, not a information-only investigation, a criminal one. Now, the CIA probably knew this and didn't want the FBI to interfere in an operation they were conducting, which is illegal, which was the monitoring of both terrorist operatives inside the United States with Saudi intelligence, providing logistical and financial support to both men. Had the State Department knew, the CIA would be in huge trouble. A lot of firings, starting with the DCI George Tenet, the Director of Operations Gene Pavitt, and probably the Counterterrorism Center Director Beaufort Black. And who knows who else was involved. And that's why I do these readings, so this way you'll know how to connect the dots in a criminal or information investigation of your own. So only the evidence counts. Speculation is meant to fill in the blanks temporarily. That's all, as long as it's reasonable. According to CS4, CS3 further explained to him or her that another FBI agent had written a cable for distribution to the FBI and other agencies outlining the above information. So, by the way, CS3 is Mark Rossini, for those who don't know. CS3 told CS4 that the cable was not distributed on orders from one of the analysts at UBL station, and that was Michelle Lancaster. CS4 stated that he or she told CS3 that although he or she did not doubt his recollection of events, he or she was not convinced, as if it's not on paper, it didn't happen, which is true. CS3's word, but due to the historical record, now we know it's true. Mark Rossini was telling the truth. CS4 stated that CS3 came back into, I'll make myself disappear again, into his or her office a few moments later with a draft of the Central Intelligence Report, CIR, referenced above outlining the information on the two hijackers. CS4 noted that the cable had been drafted by another FBI agent assigned to UBL station. That's Doug Miller. CS4 then asked CS3 if anyone else knew about the cable. CS3 told CS4 that he or she and another FBI agent knew about the documents. CS4 told me, Donald Canestraro, that he told CS3 to tell no one else about the cable. CS4 recalled that he or she then contacted Pasquale Deramuro, the FBI's Deputy Director for Counterterrorism. Now, for those who are familiar with this case, regarding 93 World Trade Center bombing. DeMuro investigated that case as well. Pasquale DeMuro has been around for a long time. CS4 told DeMuro that he or she needed to meet with him right away. CS4 then quickly left UBL station and drove his or her vehicle at a high rate of speed down the George Washington Parkway to FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. At FBI headquarters, CS4 met with Patrick DeMuro. CS4 recalls that he or she gave the cable to DeMuro. DeMuro read the cable and then told CS4, "I will take care of this." The meeting then ended. CS4 then met with CS3 and told CS3, "It has been handled. Don't say anything about the cable's existence to anyone." CS4 noted that DeMuro never mentioned the cable's existence to him or her ever again during any of their subsequent conversations. Now, this is speculation. Either DeMuro had contacted FBI headquarters, his superiors, meaning Michael Rolney's, the director of counterterrorism, or the director himself, Robert Mueller. I don't know who he contacted, and told him to hold off on the cable being shared anyway. Or did Patrick DeMuro contact the CIA and say if this cable is legit? And the CIA told him, "Listen, this could put us in a great big bind. Don't say anything. We were running operations on Al Midar and Hazmi." That I don't know. I have a lot of hesitation because the FBI would like nothing more than to embarrass the CIA, especially in this regard. So I don't know. I really don't. So take what you will from it. I'm just passing some thoughts. It's only speculation. CS4 stated that a short time after the above incident took place, he or she was promoted from his or her position at UBL station to a senior liaison position outside the FBI. Now, the CIA did that. And as you can see, CS4 stated that he or she did not ask for the promotion. CS4 told me that he or she felt that he or she was moved from the position at UBL station to the position at the center, in that he or she knew about the existence of the cable. That's right. So the CIA knew that CS4 knew about the cable, and since the cable was passed to Pasquale DeMuro, they really can't reprimand him. And after, the operation was over, they can't say it was classified information anymore regarding the CIA because it was passed on. And so they wanted to keep CS4 happy. Here's a promotion. In other words, here, kid, like the mafia would do. Don't say anything. Here's $50, right? CS4 further stated that he or she believes that he or she was moved in order to ensure that he or she kept silent about the cable's existence. Silent from who? Probably congressional investigations, because in 2002, the 9/11 Commission joint us inquiry started. To State Department officials, to the Inspector General of the CIA, or to the FBI. CS4 stated that while he or she was assigned to the UBL station, he or she noted that CIA intelligence analysts, rather than case officers, seemed to be running the station's day-to-day activities. CS4 stated that he or she found the situation untenable, that he or she ordered FBI personnel assigned to UBL station that they were not to take instructions from analysts. Why? Because usually when it comes to counterterrorism, actionable information comes from who? Not the analysts. They're not in the field. Field officers. There's only two types of CIA personnel. You have field officers and analysts. Field officers go to their base station. In every city in the whole world, there's a CIA base station where they pass on intelligence, human or signals, conducted by that case officer or other field officers running a unit. That information is passed on to headquarters in Langley, where a team of analysts then look over that information and pass it on to their superiors, which I think are management on the third or seventh floor. There's like a name for them, whether it be from the counterterrorism division, white collar crimes, things of this nature. And whether the information is going to be either deemed important, highlighted, or information only. This is how information is acted on or not. CS4 noted that in a normal operational environment, case officers and sworn law enforcement officers, FBI special agents, give directions to intelligence analysts, like I said before. Field officers pass on information to the analysts. In UBL station, however, this practice was ignored as the analysts occupied all the top positions at the station. CS4 further explained that no communications could leave the station without authorization from the station's analysts. In this case, the deputy director is Tom Wilshire. The chief of station is Richard Blee. CS4 recalled that analysts had considerable influence on the way in which operations undertaken on behalf of UBL station were conducted in the field. CS4 stated that several CIA case officers had told him or her that they were upset with this situation, which was created in 1996. The Osama bin Laden station, codename Alex station, was created by I forgot the guy's name now. Damn it. Because I wanted to tell you. That's why. So many names to remember. So apologies. David something? I'm not too sure. But you know what? I'll cheat and tell you because I don't like to leave you without pertinent information, even though in this case it may not be, but we'll take a look anyway. And I think the station was created by David Cohn, the CIA's director of operations, and after him came James Pavitt. Cohn then gave the job of as chief of station to Michael Scheuer, who was the most experienced counterterrorism and spoke Farsi, I think, or Arabic, and knew about bin Laden and Al Qaeda very well, better than any analyst in the CIA. And that's why he was the station chief. From there, he hired Tom Wilshire, the deputy director, and then he hired analysts like Michelle Ann Casey, Alfreda Ann Bukowski, who later became Michael Scheuer's wife. I'm not too sure if it was Jennifer Matthews or John Kiriakou too. He worked there for a little bit. Maybe Clark Shannon, but he worked in the counterterrorism division. I'm not too sure about Alex Station. The other names we don't know. Classified. CS4 stated one of the most influential analysts at the station, whose identity is known to me, and is herein referred to under the cryptonym MMM, have personality conflicts with FBI agents at the station. Now, either this is, I think it's Alfreda Ann Bukowski or Michelle Ann Casey, one of them. CS4 stated that one of the chief analysts at the UBL station herein referred to under the cryptonym LLL have personality conflicts with FBI agent Special Agent John O'Neill. I think that's Alfreda Ann Bukowski. She had a big reservation with John O'Neill. That might be Michael Scheuer, now that I'm thinking about it. I would say it's Scheuer or Bukowski. That's what I would say. CS4 stated that it was his or her belief that information was concealed from the FBI by LLL to ensure that O'Neill did not interfere with LLL's operations. And as you could see, that there was this huge intelligence operation with the CIA in not informing the FBI. Now, when I interviewed Michael Scheuer, I asked him why the FBI didn't get much information. He said that the FBI was stealing information. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Could it be true? Sure. This is the reason why they didn't share it. But I think there could be a mixture of both. That the FBI did indeed steal information, and that the CIA withheld information from the FBI because they didn't want the FBI to find out or the State Department to find out that there was an illegal operation involving two known Al Qaeda terrorists that were connected to the USS Cole bomber in the meeting in Malaysia that were operating inside the United States. The NSA knew about this too. They weren't part of the operation. It was CIA and Saudi intelligence. The Israelis may have been a separate entity altogether, separate operation. That's speculation, though. All right, guys. Listen, thank you very much for tuning in, and have a good evening, and see you in the next video.